What about like under the jersey, that kind of thing? What kind of? In fact, let me kind of throw this out a little bit. I was kind of giggling. I heard a gentleman. He was hanging out with his buddies, and I guess he was kind of doing his bragging rights. It's like, oh, I never wear a chest protector underneath my gear. Well, it sounded just from the listening to him that he was under the misconception that all the pro riders don't wear chest protectors under their gear, because the pro riders are wearing a lot slimmer protection and a little tighter fit. Are they wearing chest protectors under their gear?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In every kind of riding, everybody's wearing some sort of chest protection. I didn't for a long time, and it's a big mistake that I have been doing for a really long time. I finally picked up one of these Fox race frame protectors, and I am so stoked on it.
Nice.
I found out that a lot of pro riders are using these. Ken Roxon wears one, Christian Craig wears one. What's important with chest protectors in motocross is everybody's looking for style nowadays.
Sure,
so
yeah.
when you're running something like the race frame, they're really thin and they have a lot of joints that kind of move and conform with you. So you can wear them underneath a jersey. You can wear them with as little as nothing underneath, and they are very comfortable, and you can withstand wearing them for a really long time. But absolutely, yes, in every sort of riding style, someone's wearing a chest protector. A lot of the pros do.
In fact, a lot of them it's a requirement, isn't it?
Yeah, so what's new with AMA this year, so everyone under the age of 18, all youth riders are required in any AMA series to run a chest protector.
Nice.
It is a requirement now.
That's cool to hear. That's good stuff. You know, myself, I got a job to go to every day, you know, and I like to go out and play hard. That might not, I prefer something with a little more added protection. Do you have anything that's a little above that, or?
So then we're going to be talking more, we're going from just a chest and back protector.
Okay.
And we're going to go into a full body. So this is a bodysuit. It's got your elbow, your shoulder, your chest, and your back. Quite a bit more protection on it. So that way, if you do go down, it's going to protect you. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Anywhere on the upper body you hit, it's going to protect you. This one here, this is the Climb one. It's a very, very flexible material, but it is hard on impact.
Oh.
So a lot of guys, a lot of single track riders love this one. The reason for it is if you look at the chest protector, it's hard to see, and sorry guys on the video, but it's very vented all the way through it. It's a very thin material that's stretchy. So it's super stretchy, but it vents. And so a lot of guys will wear this under their jersey.
Okay.
That way they're not overheating, but they know they're still protected. And then this technology here of this armor is actually straight out of their street bike stuff. And so it's designed to take an impact at 70 miles an hour and slide down the road, so it works in the dirt.
Interesting. Wow. Wow. Huh.
So another thing that's really cool about this technology that Climb uses too, this particular material that they use, this yellow stuff that you might not be able to see on camera, but we'd love to show you in person. This is momentum absorbent. So this is a really cool technology that really only Climb uses. So like Z was saying, they use this in the street bikes so that if you crash, that kind of momentum is going to get absorbed a lot by this. So all of that kinetic energy is getting absorbed and dispersed.
Interesting.
It's a really cool material. I wish more companies use stuff like this, but it's what makes Climb kind of unique. It's a really cool material.
Nice. Yeah, I actually run with something similar to that, but it's kind of a combo of that and that. It's got full armor on everything, and you know, gang, I can attribute to how valuable that is. I mean, I ride in some really gnarly Rocky stuff. In fact, that's the same unit that I wear.
This is the guy we got here.
I run in some really gnarly Rocky stuff sometimes. I've come down on my elbows on rocks. I've come down on my knees. And I mean, go step outside your home and drop your knee down on a rock with no protection on. See how pleasant that feels. So definitely gear yourself up, because I mean, half the time I got up, I didn't even know I did anything, and I had a hole in my jersey where that's all it did, is it just gave me a hole in my jersey, and I walked away from it and just kept on trucking along. So good gear is definitely beneficial on that, and even if you take a tumble, half the time you can get up and shake it off and just keep rolling. What about, what's the benefits of like a kidney belt? Because mine actually has a kidney belt. I enjoy having it.
Yeah, so to bring that back out, this is a Titan suit from Fox Racing. really, really, really cool kind of technology. It's going to use a nice hard polymer. Like Rob's saying, he's got this thing so that he can protect himself for any sort of fall. The benefit to running the Titan is that it's got a kidney belt on it too, which we've got in just its own separate entity. What it's going to do is it's going to protect your lower midsection. So a crash, it's rare, but it can happen that it kind of stretches you out, sorts you out some kind of weird way. When you get older, it hurts a little more.
Yeah, totally.
Running a kidney belt's going to be pretty essential. Brian, you want to touch on some more safety features with the kidney?
The big thing with a kidney belt, it's built a lot like a weightlifting belt, so it keeps your back in line too. Okay. It doesn't allow your lower back to flex in the wrong position. It also keeps your kidneys where they should be. Kidneys just bounce around when you're riding. Totally, If you're going through whoops and you don't have a kidney belt on, you'll feel it at the end of the day. Those things just hurt at the end of the day. And so it puts enough pressure on them to where it actually holds them in place. So
nice. So definitely beneficial to have one of those. Well, fantastic. What about just like jerseys and pants? Are there some differences? I know we're coming into different time of season now. We're starting to get out of this brutal winter stuff and getting into some of the springtime, and hopefully summertime will get here soon. But what are some things that you'd recommend?
Yeah, so with gear's my favorite thing. A lot of people are gonna say the same thing. So we like to keep ourselves looking a little stylish, but what's really important is with varying price ranges, there's gonna be different sorts of kind of materials with each one. So with the lower end stuff, this is a jersey from Alpine Stars. This is the Racer line. So it's a little cheaper, but it's stretchy. So it's still pretty lightweight. They're one of the brands that does really well with entry-level gear. It's a really nice setup. It's really soft material, which with some of the lower end stuff you'll notice is a little rougher.
Sure.
The pants are going to be a little more stiff. The jersey is going to be a little heavier. With higher end stuff, you're going to see a lot of perforation. So a lot of holes, a lot of ventilation. It's going to be nice for summer days, but it's also not going to keep you too cold on those nice colder days.
Cool.
But that's a great jersey to start out with. And then you get up to a little bit higher end stuff. This is more of an off-road jersey from Climb. This is the Mojave gear line. So it's super ventilated. As you can see, it's like basically see-through. Really great for super warm days. They use abrasion resistant material on the sleeves, and that's kind of what Climb aims for with their off-road gear, is so that it doesn't tear.
Oh, nice.
I've had plenty of instances where I'm riding either single track or I'm riding through fresh terrain and some really tight technical stuff where my jersey snags on a tree and I rip it, and I just bought it the last Thursday. So it's definitely frustrating, but they make different jerseys for different types of riding for that reason. And Climb does a really good job of that. And then moving up from there, they have the Dakar setup. So what a lot of people think of Dakar, they're thinking of the crazy rally guys that are out there going 100 miles an hour through dunes, but Climb made this so that it's just a step up from their Mojave line. It's going to have the same abrasion resistant material. It's going to be ventilated, but not quite as much. So at higher speed, you're not going to be really cold. And then it's got a little bit of padding in the shoulders, so it kind of keeps you a little bit safer from falls. But if you're wanting some super padding, I would definitely still go with something like the Titan.
Awesome. Sure. Good deal.
And then Z, do you want to show them that?
So something random on this one that I love that nobody else does. Right here, hidden on the sleeve, is a tiny, tiny pocket. Big enough for like your car keys.
Ah, that's trick. Nice. Nice.
So,
that's awesome.
So a cool thing about Climb's off-road gear too is even in their motocross gear called the XC Lite, they do have a pocket for your phone. So fun fact, if you're out on the trail and you get a little stranded, you got a way to call someone even if you don't like to wear a pack or anything. So they've got pockets and ventilation on every gear line that they have, whether it's the XC Lite, the Dakar, or the Mojave. All of them have a pocket.
Nice. That's really cool.
So when you start talking mid to higher end jerseys, not off-road oriented, you're talking more of a motocross styling, you're going to get into a super stretch, pretty much is what this is. And you can see I can just grab that and just pull. So it's not very tree resistant, but this thing lets more airflow through than any jersey I've ever worn in my life. It is, honestly, if it's under 70 degrees outside, it's too cold for this jersey. You will just freeze.
That's good to know. I probably wouldn't get that one. I get cold easy.
So it's super stretch material. It is more, when you're talking jerseys and pants, you're gonna be talking cuts. So in your lower end stuff, you're gonna have a standard cut.
Okay.
Some mids have the standard cut, some have like a half athletic cut, half standard cut. And then this is gonna be a full athletic cut. So it's gonna be very form fitting to you.
Okay.
So it is gonna be tighter on your body. And so that, it's not gonna sit there and flap around when you're going down the trail. So it's gonna be form, it's gonna be more comfortable, but it is going to tear if you hit a tree.
Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know.
So enduring a moto with some of if you're racing motocross, and everybody knows that if you're racing even RMX, you got a 10-minute moto. If you're running the same lap on that track in 90-degree weather, you're gonna heat up really fast.
Sure.
So like Z's saying, with a form fit and something that breathes really well, it's gonna be way easier to withstand that race, and you're not sitting there running laps and you're thinking, I'm way too hot, so you're not focusing on your riding, and then you make little bobbles and mistakes. So a lot of people actually really like to spend the money on gear so that they can, I'm one of those guys, I get in my head way too much. So if I'm wearing something too thick, I'm sitting there thinking, I'm way too hot, I can't breathe in this, and it's like making me think about that, and then I'm not thinking about my riding.
Sure,
and
messes with your noggin a little bit. Yeah, I get that.
With your head. So you'd be surprised on how picking the right gear for what you do really does matter.
Nice, nice.